All right, let's jump right in. We're going to tackle a huge, and I mean huge, question today. What actually is design? Seriously, we need to get past the superficial stuff and really understand what it's all about.
So I want you to think for a sec. I'm willing to bet you've heard someone, maybe even yourself, say something kind of like this.
Ah, there it is, the classic. This is probably the #1 myth out there about design. This idea that it's all about being a great artist or being able to draw perfectly. Or how about this one, that a designer's job is to just come in at the end and, sprinkle some pretty on top of something. Well, we're here today to completely smash that idea. Because you see, design is so much more than just making something look good. And the best way to understand that is to think about what happens when pretty is, well, all you've got. Let's try a little thought experiment. Picture the most gorgeous chair you've ever seen. It looks like it belongs in a museum, but the second you go to sit down, it just snaps and collapses. So is that good design? No way.
Hey, the same thing goes for the digital world. Imagine a super cool, trendy website. It's got all these slick animations and fonts, but you can't, for the life of you, find the contact page, and the checkout button seems to be hiding. Is that good design? Not a chance.
And that right there is the key. This is the big mental shift we all need to make. The primary goal of design isn't just to make things pretty. The real job is to make things work.
So this brings us to a much better, much more accurate way to think about design. It's not some random act of artistic genius. It is a process, a problem-solving process. So here it is, the definition we're going to work with. Design is a problem-solving process that creates solutions that are functional, meaningful, and totally centered on the user, all while working within certain constraints. Now, problem-solving process is a great start, but we can break it down even more. Let's look at the 5 pillars that hold up this entire idea of what design really is. Okay, here we go. First, it all starts with a problem. Then you need a solution with a clear function. It has to actually do the thing. Third, it's for a user, a real person. Fourth, it exists in a context, like where and how it's being used. And finally, number 5, you always have constraints.
Now, that last one, constraints, it sounds kind of negative, doesn't it? Like it's boxing you in. But honestly, any great designer will tell you the exact opposite is true. Things like budget, time, or materials, they aren't roadblocks. They are the guide rails that actually force you to be creative and focused. Some of the best designs ever came from really tough constraints.
Okay, so this leads us to another big point of confusion we have to clear up, especially if you're thinking about a career in this field. What is the real difference between design and art? Let's put them side by side. You see, the goal of design is problem solving for someone else. The goal of art? That's all about self-expression. And the core requirement for design is that it has to serve a user. Art doesn't have that job. Its purpose can just be to express an idea or an emotion. So, if you're going to remember just one thing from this section, let it be this. Design solves a problem for other people. Art expresses something from within the artist. They're both incredibly valuable, just different jobs. All right, enough theory. Let's make this real. The truth is, you are literally swimming in a sea of design decisions every single moment of your day, whether you realize it or not. Just think about the chair you're sitting in right now. It wasn't just randomly shaped. A designer had to think about human posture, the strength of the wood or metal, how comfortable it needs to be, and how much it costs to make. Every curve is a decision. Or pick up your phone. Why is that button right where your thumb naturally lands? That's design. Someone studied user behavior, the way our thumbs move, what needs to grab your eye first, and how to make it work for people with different abilities. It's all intentional. And this gets to a really beautiful truth, I think. So much of what makes design great is actually invisible.
It's the quiet, careful thinking that makes the world around us just work without us even noticing. So at the end of the day, being a designer is really about being a professional question asker. It's not about adding more stuff. It's about asking, who am I making this for? What's the actual problem here? And maybe the most important question of all, what can I take away to make this simpler? Which brings us to this little piece of wisdom. Good design gets rid of confusion. It just feels easy. Bad design, it just adds noise, frustration, and makes everything harder. It's clarity versus chaos. And look, for all of you out there who are aspiring designers, this is the secret sauce. This is what colleges and employers are actually looking for. It's not just about how well you can draw, it's about how well you can think.
So, there you have it. A new way to look at design. It's not decoration. It's a powerful tool for solving problems. So the only real question left is, what problem are you going to solve?